Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I have another easy and delicious chicken dinner recipe for you, and I'll be making my creamy sun-dried tomato artichoke chicken pasta. This dish has so many incredible flavors and it all comes together for one incredible dish. We'll be using some chicken breast. You can also use chicken thigh. We'll be adding some mushrooms, onion, garlic, sun-dried tomato, marinated artichokes, and I'm going to make a really easy and delicious white wine sauce using white wine, chicken broth, and some milk. You guys are going to love how easy this comes together, and it's bound to become a family favorite. Let me show you how to make it. And to get this recipe started, I already have a large pot of salted water coming to a boil on my back burner. I'm going to prepare 1 pound of penne pasta. You can use just about any type of pasta that you would like for this recipe. Now I'm going to get started with my chicken. So I've preheated a large pan here. I'm going to add in a little bit of cooking oil. Then I'm going to add in my chicken. So I've cubed about 3 medium-sized chicken breasts. I'm going to add them into this pan. You can also use chicken thigh for this recipe. And I'm going to season my cubed chicken with a little bit of salt and black pepper. And I'll be frying my chicken breast on medium to high heat for about 8 to 10 minutes. I want the chicken to be just about done. You want it to be nicely browned, and then we'll transfer it out of the pan. And my chicken is all done. I'm going to take it out of the pan and place it onto a tray and set it aside for now. And into the same pan, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of butter. And just let that butter melt. And into the butter, I'll be adding about 8 mushrooms that I've sliced and 1 large diced onion. And I'm going to saute these mushrooms and onions for about 7 to 8 minutes until the onion is translucent and then the mushrooms are browned. And this onion and mushroom mixture is looking amazing. Next, I'm going to add in 4 minced garlic cloves. Drop those right in. And we're also going to add in the sun-dried tomato. So these were marinated in oil and they were julienne cut. So I took them out of the jar and then I just chopped them into small little bits. I'm going to add that in. It's about ½ cup of sun-dried tomatoes. Going to season this with a little bit of ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, ½ teaspoon of dried basil, and ½ teaspoon of dried oregano. And this mixture already smells so incredibly delicious. Next, I'm going to add in about ½ cup of white wine. Today I'm using a Sauvignon Blanc, a Chardonnay, or any type of white wine that's not sweet will work for this recipe. So I'm gonna pour that in. And I'm going to let this mixture reduce. I want most of the liquid from the wine to evaporate, so I'm just going to let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And my wine has cooked down nicely, and now I'm ready to add my next ingredient, and that's 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. Just kind of sprinkle it over the top. We're gonna mix this in and let this flour cook for about a minute, and this will help really thicken the sauce as it cooks. And now I'm ready to start adding my liquid. So I have 2 cups of whole milk. I'm going to add in about 1 cup and then use my whisk to kind of stir it in, and it'll instantly start to thicken when you just start to add the liquids. I'm to add in the 2nd cup. And I'm also going to add in 1 cup of chicken broth. And I'm also going to return the chicken back into the pan. And this already looks so delicious. I'm going to mix the chicken back in with the mushrooms into the sauce, and I'm going to let the sauce come up to a simmer. And while I'm waiting for that sauce to simmer, I'm going to grate in about 1 cup of pecorino. You can also use parmesan. This salty cheese is gonna be so good in the sauce. You can also grate some extra cheese over your dish when you're serving this. And just stir that cheese in. And my sauce is just about done, so I'm going to add in my pasta. I cooked some penne pasta, going to drop that right in. And then just use a spoon or a spatula and toss that pasta into the sauce. And now for the final 2 ingredients. And I like to add the artichokes last because they can separate the milk sauce, so I'm going to add in about half a cup of chopped marinated artichokes. I'm also going to add in a little bit of parsley and just mix this in. And look just how creamy this pasta is. This sauce is so incredible. I absolutely love the flavor of the sun-dried tomatoes in there. This is going to be amazing. And that's it, guys, for my creamy sun-dried tomato and chicken pasta recipe. For the full recipe, don't forget to head on down into that video description box. I have a link there that'll take you over to my website so you can print this recipe off and share it with your family and friends. And now time to dig in and enjoy. And I love how this looks so delicious and creamy. Going to get a little bit of everything. Love to have a bit of chicken with every bite. And this chicken pasta is so incredibly delicious. I love how all the flavors come together. So incredible. You have the sour flavor from the sun-dried tomatoes and then the artichokes, and then really help balance out the richness of the creamy white wine sauce. And then you have the juicy chicken and the mushrooms. You just cannot ask for a better chicken pasta recipe. Again, don't forget to head on down to that video description for the full recipe, and I hope you guys enjoy this chicken dinner recipe at home. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with a new recipe.